John chapter 5. After this, there was a feast of the Jews, and Jesus went up to Jerusalem. Now there is at Jerusalem by the sheep market a pool, which is called in the Hebrew tongue Bethesda, having 5 porches. In these lay a great multitude of impotent folk, of blind, halt, withered, who are waiting for the moving of the water. For an angel went down at a certain season into the pool and stirred the water. Whoever was the first to step in after the stirring of the water was made whole of whatever disease he had. And a certain man was there who had an infirmity for 38 years. When Jesus saw him lie there and knew that he had been there for a long time, he said to him, "Will you be made whole?" The impotent man answered him, "Sir, I have no man to put me into the pool when the water is stirred, because while I am coming, another steps down before me." Jesus said to him, "Rise, take up your bed and walk." And immediately the man was made whole, and he took up his bed and walked, and this was on the Sabbath day. The Jews therefore said to the man who was cured, "It is the Sabbath day. It is not lawful for you to carry your bed." He answered them, "He that made me whole said to me, 'Take up your bed and walk.'" Then they asked him, "What man said to you, 'Take up your bed and walk'?" The man that was healed didn't know who it was, for Jesus had conveyed himself away into the multitude of that place. Afterward, Jesus found him in the temple and said to him, "Look, you are made whole. Sin no more, unless a worse thing come to you." The man departed and told the Jews that it was Jesus who had made him whole. And therefore the Jews persecuted Jesus and sought to slay him, because he had done these things on the Sabbath day. But Jesus answered them, "My Father works to this time, and I work also." Therefore the Jews sought even more to kill him, because he not only had broken the Sabbath, but also said that God was his Father, making himself equal to God. Then Jesus answered and said to them, "Surely, surely, I say to you, the Son can do nothing of himself, but what he sees the Father do. For those things he does, these the Son does likewise. For the Father loves the Son and shows him all things that he does, and he will show him greater works than these, that you may marvel. For as the Father raises up the dead and quickens them, even so the Son quickens whom he will. For the Father judges no man, but has committed all judgment to the Son, that all men should honor the Son, even as they honor the Father. He that honors not the Son honors not the Father that has sent him. Surely, surely, I say to you, he that hears my word and believes on him that sent me has everlasting life, and shall not come into condemnation, but is passed from death to life. Surely, surely, I say to you, the hour is coming, and now is, when the dead shall hear the voice of the Son of God, and they that hear shall live. For as the Father has life in himself, so has he given to the Son to have life in himself, and has given him authority to execute judgment, because he is the Son of Man. Marvel not at this, for the hour is coming, in which all those that are in the grave shall hear his voice, and shall come forward, they that have done good to the resurrection of life, and they that have done evil to the resurrection of damnation. I can of myself do nothing. As I hear, I judge, and my judgment is just, because I do not seek my own will, but the will of the Father who has sent me. If I give witness of myself, my witness is not true. There is another that gives witness of me, and I know that the witness which he gives of me is true. you sent to John, and he gave witness to the truth. But I don't receive testimony from man, but these things I say that you might be saved. He was a burning and a shining light, and you were willing for a season to rejoice in his light. But I have a greater witness than that of John, because the works that the Father has given me to finish, the same works that I do, bear witness of me, that the Father has sent me. And the Father himself, which has sent me, has borne witness of me. You have neither heard his voice at any time nor seen his shape. And you don't have his word abiding in you, for whom he has sent you don't believe. Search the Scriptures, for in them you think you have eternal life, and they are they which testify of me. And you will not come to me that you might have life. I receive not honor from men, but I know you, that you have not the love of God in you. I have come in my Father's name, and you don't receive me. If another shall come in his own name, you will receive him. How can you believe those who receive honor from one another and seek not the honor that comes from God only? Do not think that I will accuse you to the Father. There is one that accuses you, even Moses, in whom you trust. For had you believed Moses, you would have believed me, for he wrote of me. But if you don't believe his writings, how shall you believe my words?